Welcome to Unbiased. I'm your humble host, Will. I'm back at you with another video. Before I get into this video, please like and share and subscribe. I'm a new platform and I'm trying to grow. So let's get right to it. All right, so this video is about the Gucci Mane, Pooh Shiesty situation and how everybody's reacting to Gucci Mane diss song. I love the diss song. I think it was great. He detailed pretty much everything what happened. When the news hit first, a lot of things a couple months ago, a lot of people didn't believe it, and we found out it was true. The Shiesty did rob Gucci in the studio, right? But I don't think Gucci Mane is a snitch because he reported what happened. You know what I'm saying? He got he got snake bitten by his own artist. His own artist turned on him. He turned on him and trying to make him sign a contract that he didn't want him to sign. I feel like if Shiesty was really pissed off about the contract, why you signed the contract in the beginning? And try to fight it out the legal way. That's what I would have done. But Shiesty wanted to take it another way. And I went and did that because I'm still trying to get myself out of a situation so I won't be on papers. But he's still doing stuff. He just crashed out, and that's the perfect term. He is a crash out. He's a crash dummy. So yeah, on his part, it's just crazy. But for the song, I liked the song. A lot of people don't like the song. Some people do like the song. I like the song, so I don't care. But I don't know what people wanted Gucci to do. I guess they want him to throw his whole life away. Gucci is an older guy now. His wife, he has a wife, he has kids, he has a mansion, he has millions. That man ain't finna do that no more. That man trying to go back in the pen. Who want to go in the pen? Just to please y'all people. And then people still, if he would have did that, people still were gonna laugh at him. Was like, oh, this man rich, and he gonna crash out on the young boy. No, I wouldn't have did it either. And I know a lot of these people that be talking about it, and talking about Gucci, they wouldn't have did it either. I don't know any millionaire that come to mind that got robbed that turned around and went back and tried to get at that person that robbed them and crashed out. No millionaire has done that. Every millionaire that has gotten robbed, that it got reported, they call 911. They reported it. That's what millionaires do. They're not finna crash out on nobody like that. And y'all calling them a snitch because they did that. That don't make any sense. Normal people who get robbed will call 911. If anybody can run up on you in your car or your house and rob you and take whatever they want off of you, soon they leave. If you still got a phone or you getting their phone, you calling 911. So I don't get it. I really don't get it. That don't make you a snitch. And especially if you know that person. You know who just robbed you. You finna give that information to the police. Like, hey, I know exactly who robbed me because that's the police gonna say. Did you get to see their face? Do you know who that person was? Yeah, they gonna tell it. They gonna tell it. That's not being a snitch. That person robbed you. A snitch is when y'all did a crime together and you got caught and nobody else got caught and you ratted on them. That's a snitch. And I say this culture is lost, man, and it ain't just the men talking like this. When it first happened, it was the young boys talking about, oh, Gucci's a snitch. Now you got older guys saying Gucci's a snitch. You got the women saying he's snitch. I'm like, come on, man. Y'all don't know nothing. Y'all don't know nothing about these streets. Y'all don't know nothing about these streets. Y'all just make up stuff. And then the crazy thing, I'm going to get deep off in it. But I'm going to pause. I'm going to pause before I get deep off in it. Because I do old Pooh Shiesty a little credit. Because I know I didn't say it online, but I said it offline to a lot of my friends, and I was like, man, I don't think Pooh Shiesty ever went platinum. He did go platinum. He did go platinum with it, so I shot Pooh Shiesty out. He did. Actually, he's kind of right. Gucci do owe him some money. Now, Gucci don't owe him no 25 million. I don't know where they could get that number from, but shoot, Pooh Shiesty, his album Shiesty Season came out in 2021. It did go platinum. He did. And then he had a song, his number one song called Back in Blood. It went 8 times platinum. 8 times platinum. I'm like, dang, okay. Okay, he did the thing on that. So I can't take nothing, no, I can't take nothing from him on that. He did his thing. But our black culture, I'm gonna deep dive now, that we pick and choose who we like and who we don't like, what we like about that person, what we don't like. Now they saying they don't like what Gucci said because it's kind of incriminating Pooh Shiesty, aka Snitch. Dolph did the same thing. When Gotti, Black Youngster, was shooting at that boy in Charlotte after a show, and Dolph got in that bulletproof car. Did not Dolph make a song right after that called 100 Shots? And it was a hard song. It was a hard song. Maybe people just overlooked it because the song was so hard. But Dolph did the same thing. I ain't hear nobody call Dolph a snitch. I ain't hear nobody saying Dolph a rat. None of that. But Dolph came right out with the 100 Shot song. And though I say the culture is so crazy, bro. Something wrong with these people for real, for real. They don't think. Dolph did the same thing. Like I said, all right, so I'm gonna let Dolph go. So let me get on into the culture. Cause this is wild. If you got your old lady with you and you trapping and the police pull you over, you want your woman to take the bid for you. She ain't gonna take that bid. Especially if you're a two-time loser or something like that. You're a two-time loser. You ain't trying to go back in because you know you're gonna be gone for a long time. She ain't gonna take the bid, And if you do it without her and they bring her in for questioning, let's say they kick in the door and they bring her in for questioning, she gonna snitch. Especially when the police tell her they talking about taking her kids and all that. She gonna snitch on you. So as a street dude, you got your old lady will snitch on you. Then if you run them from the police and you try to go to your parent house, you know your parents gonna get bad. They gonna snitch on you. You know what I'm saying? They gonna tell the police exactly where he at. He in the back room. Don't hurt him. They gonna snitch on you. And then on First 48, I'm from Birmingham. We used to watch First 48 all the time. Your homeboys are rat on you. You try to be loyal to your homeboy. You try to be loyal to the gang, and you don't snitch. You don't do anything. You hold your head up high and don't say nothing. But they get your homeboy in another room and they interrogate him and they go hard on him and they tell him lies to make him believe it, and then he rat on you. So to me, in the eyes of the hood, street dude, you can't win, bro. You can't win either way. If you don't snitch, folks gonna look at you crazy and you still gonna do hard time. And if you do snitch, people gonna look at you as a rat. Either way, you can get murked on either side. I don't get it, bro. I really don't get it. This culture that we idolize, it doesn't make any sense. It don't make any sense. And I got another question. I got a question to ask, all the viewers. At what age do you grow out of being gangster? Or on top of that, I add that too with it. What age do you grow out of being gangster, and what age do you grow out of gang banging? Now, I'm gonna answer the questions. I don't think you ever grow out of being gangster if you came from the hood. I think it's just in you all the way through. Because we got people who are 60 and 70 years old who are in cartels and high positions, even in the government, who sell dope. You know what I'm saying? They do it all the time. So they think somebody trying to take their territory, they'll send a hit out on them and get them knocked off. But at gang banging, I think it does has an age limit. At some point, I think you should be like 21. You should be done. 22, 23. I say 21 because I stopped being active when I was doing my thing back in the street. Because I wasn't doing anything but getting enemies. I wasn't gaining anything out of it. And that's what these boys should look at it. You ain't gaining anything out of it. You ain't doing them to gain their enemies. You ain't gonna be able to move around like freely like you supposed to in throughout the city. Cause you get caught, somebody gonna get you. So you kind of really isolating yourself in the one area. And what life that you want to live? You being isolated in one area of the city. Everybody else freely can roam. Cause you got ops looking for you. Come on, man. You can't win. You cannot win as a street dude out here. The people love to try to talk about the street rules, and this is how you supposed to conduct yourself in the streets. Man, there ain't no rules in the streets. Let me first of all tell y'all that ain't no rules in the streets. The rules I came up on in the streets, none of these guys they don't abide by those rules. They don't abide by those rules. Cause one, you couldn't do anything to a woman or kids. We see that on a daily basis. These boys be out here busting, shooting at dudes, baby mamas, kids. Another one was grandparents. You couldn't do anything around the grandparents. People shooting up churches. They shooting up funeral homes. Ain't number old folks there. And y'all shooting stuff up like that. You couldn't do, they say you couldn't, or they say God bless the dead, So that means the dead is off limit. No. These boys go to the graveyard sites and be pissing on the grave sites. You see what I'm saying? All those rules, these boys don't abide by. So there's no rules in the streets. There's none. No rules in the streets. So you can't hold nobody feet to the fire. Y'all don't abide by none of these rules. So why y'all trying to hold Gucci from snitch? When half of the hood and already snitched on everybody. You got people on paper that try to act like they ain't on paper. They ain't snitch. And the whole culture is a lie. It's a lie. Fugazi, man. Don't get it? Street code. Shit fake. Always have been fake. And when I start waking up and start paying attention, I start seeing a lot of fake guys in the street. Y'all ain't real, man. Y'all don't hold nobody accountable. Because y'all don't even hold yourself accountable. God made 10 commandments. Y'all break them on a daily basis. God himself made 10 commandments. And y'all break them. Your God will make rules all throughout the house and tell you don't do this in my house. And you break those rules too. You set rules for your God, she break them. You can't make this stuff up, man. You can't make this stuff up, bro. Our culture was lost. I think our culture is the only one that hold people accountable about the streets. You know what I'm saying? We the only one that really, really do it at a macro scale. We the only one that do that. And it don't make any sense. We need to get out of that mindset, man. Y'all want Gucci to crash out, and this man a millionaire. He got a wife and family, wife and kids. Now, do he owe Pooh Shiesty some money? Yeah, I think he do owe him some money. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Pooh Shiesty, he signed that contract for how many years he owed Gucci, or how many albums he owed Gucci. He got to play it out. Or you could do one thing and just buy yourself out the contract. We seen Yo Gotti do it when he was signed with Cash Money. He turned around. He didn't like how Cash Money was rolling with Birdman. He gave Birdman that money. He bought himself out that contract. And then he went on and did his own thing by himself. And, of course, he ended up meeting Jay-Z, and he ended up blowing up CMG. Same thing with Money Man. Money Man out of Atlanta signed with Birdman. He didn't like how Birdman was moving when he signed his contract with Cash Money. He bought himself out the contract, took his money and, bought himself out. We ain't seen people do it. One young dude was telling me that he said Rollo had signed with Gucci. He bought himself out the contract. And I don't remember that, but I do remember Rollo and Gucci was close. he said Rollo bought himself out the contract. Pooh Shiesty couldn't do it. If he can't buy himself out the contract, okay, either play it out, play the contract out, and then sign, you can sign whoever you want to sign with. Or you could have just the money that you spend that you do got, you could have fight it in the legal way. It's a way out of everything. It's a loophole out of everything. Shiesty didn't want to do it. He's a street dude. He crashed out. I'm not gonna crash out. I'm still on paper. I got an ankle monitor on my on my ankle. I'm trying to get out of that situation. He made yourself, more deeper in a situation that could have been handled in a different way. Now he got to sit in there, and then he got his daddy in it, and his homeboy in it, Big 30. He in it. They lost this one. They lost them. They lost this one, bro. Like I said, the culture is lost, bro. I don't get it. I don't understand our culture. I pray and they get better, but these people are so lost, bro. They so lost. Don't know nothing about no streets, man. Don't know anything about it. There ain't no rules in the streets. I don't know why y'all try to hold it up and say it is a street code. That ain't none. That ain't none. But this is Will, and this is Unbiased, and I'm out.